Well, that was fun. That was a lot of fun. Yeah. Well, this morning I just want to welcome our guests who are with us and just to welcome back all of our members. It's just great to see you on this beautiful, cool morning. It's just wonderful that the Lord woke us up another day just to see each other. Isn't that a blessing? Yes. Yeah. Well, today I want to talk to you about someone who was on the wrong side of the tracks. And that comes from the story from Gospel Brother St. Luke, chapter 8, verses 26 to 39. You know, this story has always fascinated me. Here we have a naked man bound by demons, an evil spirit. And Luke tells us as soon as Jesus steps out of that boat and into that non-Jewish territory, this naked, demon-possessed man approaches Jesus. The man falls at his feet and shouts at Jesus, confessing that Jesus is the Son of the Most High God. Now, I'm sure that we have all encountered some interesting folks in our own time. But I dare say that a few of us have ever encountered a naked, crazed man who fell at our feet, shouted at us, and begged for healing. Maybe some of you have. Well, yes, Jesus doesn't seem surprised, disgusted, or embarrassed. Jesus doesn't try to avoid the man or ignore him. True, the man makes it difficult to be ignored. But instead of smiling, maybe getting really angry and feeling a sense of disgust, disdain at the man, and excusing himself, Jesus asked him, "What is your name? What is your name?" And the man responds, "Legion." And legion is a demon or a group of demons according to the dictionary's definition. The demons asked Jesus to cast them into a large herd of pigs. So Jesus gives the demons permission to leave the man's body and to enter the pigs feeding on the hillside. And the pigs then rushed down a bank and into the lake and drowned. Now I can understand why swineherds are upset. After all, the pigs were their livelihood. But why are the people of the city and the country so upset? Are they angry because their supply of pork is gone? Perhaps, maybe. I don't know. I wasn't there. The people fear and their anger, it didn't originate with the pigs drowning. The pigs themselves caught their attention but didn't spark their anger. I think that I would have been afraid of a bunch of pigs running off a bank and drowning. Just as those people back in Arkansas back in 2011, you probably have read about some birds falling from the sky. Remember? Well, however, the people became afraid when they saw the man who had once been possessed by demons. Now he's clothed in his right mind. He's sitting at the feet of Jesus. And this man was healed. And yet the people are still afraid of Jesus. Who is this Jesus? Where's his power come from? They asked Jesus to leave. Of course, this man wants to go with Jesus. He wants to go and he wants to spread the good news. He wants to share and tell the love of Jesus. But not only does he want to follow Jesus, but he probably wants to escape the scrutiny that he will face. And although Jesus granted the demons what they wanted by casting them into the pigs, Jesus doesn't grant the man permission to follow. He tells him to go home and spread the good news there. This story is so mind-boggling to me. Isn't this man's life more valuable than a bunch of pigs? Unfortunately, seeing the man healed is what instilled the fear. And this is when the people asked Jesus to leave, to just go. We often get a sense of security and our good feelings about ourselves when sometimes some of us oppress others. Nobody I'm talking to in this room, but there are people like that. that don't want to see any good in others, that don't want to see people healed. It's a terrible idea, but it's true. Why do kids bully? Why do some adults exclude others from their social groups? Why do some people go beyond their ways to get membership dues and join exclusive communities? In order to feel superior, we need to distance ourselves from others, to feel special. We feel that we must exclude. Well, some churches are like this, but not you good people here at All Saints, but there are some churches like this, and you need to know it, don't you? Amen? Amen. Sure. We say we want to join, that all are welcome, no exceptions, but sometimes we put false advertisements by putting those signs up, won't you say? But what if the homeless man or woman wants to join? What if a naked man walks in right now and wants to join? What about the woman or the man with the tattoos and the ear piercings and the cut-off jeans? What about those with criminal backgrounds? Those who are marginalized and dispossessed? When we come to church, we don't want to have to deal with those kind of people. My brother always says, when he used to reread my sermons, my older brother, he said, why don't you just preach something soft? All week I go to church. I don't want to hear about those social issues. I don't want to hear about those people out there. I just want something soft, Alicia. But you know, the reality is that our world is safe as long as we say, as those people stay on this other side of the tracks, that they stay on that other side of the town, that they stay in the tomb with that demonic. Our world is safe as long as we stay on the right side of town. Now just imagine if Jesus had never crossed over into the country of the Gerasenes, then this whole mess with the naked demonic and the pigs would have been avoided. Now I know of a church, and that's very true, really, really true. When I was an intern, and I wouldn't say where the state was or the name of the church, but when I was there was one side, the west side was like the Caucasian side, and the east side was like the black side. So this young priest comes strutting in, and she wants to integrate the church. And she wants to bring all the people from the east side to the church. She made plans and sent out flyers and everything and got everybody on board and get them ready to come. And when they came, she heard some grumbling, some non-acceptance of her plan to integrate the parish. Some people just says, oh no, we're not gonna have those people in our church. And there were lots of church fights. People were really, really fighting physically. And some people left the church because some people felt that those people would not fit into the social, racial, and economical profile of the existing church members. And in the end, after all this long, long fight, the rector left the church. That's not you. That is not your profile. Because I know that you have done hospice work. You have included AA. You have included the LGBTQ community here. You have included black, white, young, pink, all kinds of people. You have really been on the cutting edge, and you are really practicing what Jesus says, the beloved community. And I don't know about you, but I am so glad to be on your team, that you accept all of us unconditionally. Isn't that good news this morning? Yes. Isn't that All Saints and our guests and all of us? That's wonderful news to hear that you are accepting, inviting, welcoming community. Now, back to my sermon. That wasn't on my script. I just had to say that. Now, if Jesus had never crossed over the country of the Gerasenes, then this whole mess would have been avoided. The swineherd would not have run off the bank and drowned, nor would the people have to ask Jesus to leave. But if Jesus never crossed over into the country, this demon-possessed man would have not been healed. If Jesus had never crossed over, this healed man would not have been able to spread that good news of Jesus, the Son of the Most High. He would not have been able to spread God's love to this country of the Gerasenes. And so I ask you this morning, during this week, as you ponder and as you leave this place, are you willing to cross over to the wrong part of town to bring healing and wholeness to those who need it most and to share the good news of Jesus' love? I think I sum it up this way when I was pondering about this, because it's so packed with evangelistic teams and so on to spread the good news. But all I could think about is that old African American spiritual healing song, "There is a balm in Gilead." There is a balm in Gilead. Will you help me out? There is a balm in Gilead to make the wounded whole. There is a balm in Gilead to heal the sick soul. If you cannot preach like Peter, if you cannot preach like Paul, just tell the love of Jesus and say he died for all. God bless you. God love you. Amen.